Next on BGSU Brain Game, it is Patrick Henry versus Seneca East. I think we better buckle up for a brain battle beyond belief. Only one team can leave victorious. Who's it going to be? Only one way to find out. BGSU's Brain Game starts right now. And welcome to BGSU Brain Game. It's time to get on our brain battle with Patrick Henry versus Seneca East. Let's meet our teams. For Patrick Henry, coached by Coach Badenhop, their starting lineup is Brennan, a senior, Lizzie, a junior in the number 2 slot, and in the number 3 slot is Tyler, also a senior. For Seneca East, they are coached by Mr. Heel. Their starting lineup is as follows. In slot number 1, Andrew, a sophomore, Rainer, a senior, and Blair in slot number 3, a sophomore. All right, welcome to both of our teams. Going to start things off as we always do with our toss-up round. In this round, all questions are worth 10 points apiece. There's 10 questions, 10 points apiece. No deduction for an incorrect answer, so you can play a little bit looser on your buzzers. If you think you know it, I always say go for it. You may confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question in this round. Seneca East, Patrick Henry, are you ready? All right, toss-up round starts right now. On this scale, Sirius measures a -1.5, while the sun measures -26.7. Identify this scale, which assigns a numerical measure to how bright stars. That would be Seneca East. That would be Rainier.
Magnitude.
We will accept just magnitude, apparent magnitude. Was specifically what we're looking for, but we will take that. Speaking of scales, what does the Fujita scale measure? That would be Patrick Henry. Brennan.
Earthquakes.
Incorrect. Seneca East, would you like to steal? They say that's a no. That's a no. You were on the right track with natural disasters, but it's a tornado, strength of tornado. All right, next question. Fought, according to legend, sometime in the late Bronze Age between the Greeks and the defenders of the city of Troy, this conflict has inspired writers throughout the ages. That would be Patrick Henry. Brennan.
Trojan War.
Trojan War is what we're looking for, yes. What do we call a group of gases that are odorless, colorless, monatomic, and have low reactivity? That would be Seneca East. Rainer.
Noble gases.
Noble gases indeed, Your Highness. In this art form, the creation of cranes requires a high skill level, while the creation of a boat, or that would be Patrick Henry. Tyler.
Origami.
Origami is correct. In physics, what do we call how fast a thing is moving without? That would be Patrick Henry. Brennan.
Velocity.
Incorrect. Opportunity to steal for Seneca East. A thing is moving without reference to the direction of motion. Seneca East, opportunity to steal. Rainer.
Speed.
Speed is what we're looking for there, correct. What word is used to describe the central message of a text, whether fiction or nonfiction? Patrick Henry. Brennan.
Theme.
Theme, yes. With which Caribbean island nation would one associate the protest group Ladies in White and an inlet known as the Bay of Pigs? That would be Seneca East. Blair.
Cuba.
Cuba is correct. Identify the color that is often used as an adjective before the words journalism and fever. Patrick Henry. Brennan.
Yellow.
Yellow, to describe a specific kind of writing or illness. Thought to be linked to degeneration of nerve cells in the basal ganglia. Which disease marked by, that would be Seneca East. Rainer.
Parkinson's.
Parkinson's, yes, Parkinson's disease. More than 1 million people in the U.S. That is the end of the toss-up round. Let's take a look at our score. We have Patrick Henry at 40 points, and currently in the lead with 50 points is Seneca East. Stick around. Our risk and reward round is coming up next. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. A quick look at our score. Patrick Henry, 40 points. Seneca East, 50 points. Before we move to our next round, looks like we have some new faces on board. Patrick Henry, tell us who has joined your team.
This is Taya Shoemaker. She's a senior.
All right, welcome to you. Seneca East, who's joined your team?
To my left is Shane Sauer, who is a sophomore, and to my right is Gavin Legren, who is a junior.
All right, welcome to you. This is our risk and reward round. In this round, both teams are going to receive the same questions. The first 9 are 10 points apiece, no deduction for an incorrect answer. The 10th question is known as our risk and reward question. We will give you a topic. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments on that topic. A correct answer gets you those bonus points. An incorrect answer, negative those points. A non-answer, also you will lose points. So that's why it's known as risk and reward. Seneca East, you are at 50 points, meaning you're going to stick around. Patrick Henry, you're off to isolation. Taya, take them away. All right, Seneca East, are you ready for your risk and reward round?
We sure are.
All right, here we go. Created by the Sumerians approximately 5,500 years ago, what type of writing uses symbols formed from, that would be Seneca East, Rainer?
Sanskrit.
Incorrect. Cuneiform is what we needed there. In what early English epic would you encounter the character Hrothgar? Time, that would be Beowulf. Give the comparative and superlative versions of the word good. Not in time, nope. Better and best is what we were looking for there. What Greek philosopher carried a lantern in daylight and when asked what he was looking for said, quote, "I am just looking for an honest man," end quote. That would be Rainer.
Aristotle.
Incorrect. Diogenes is what we needed there. What was Muhammad Ali's given name? Time. That would be Cassius Clay. What is the most abundant protein in the human body? Time. Collagen is what we needed there. What early community activist founded Hull House, a settlement house for recent immigrants in Chicago? Time. That would be Jane Addams. Name the 1930s child star who one day became U.S. ambassador to Ghana. That would be Shirley Temple. What is required to override a presidential veto? That would be Shane.
2/3 vote in Senate.
We cannot accept that. 2/3 vote in each House of Congress, the Senate and the House. Risk and reward time. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments or pass on the subject of New York City. New York City is our topic.
Pass.
They decide to pass. That means it is the end of the risk and reward round for you at 50 points. Going to send you off that way there. Off to isolation you go. Let's bring back in Patrick Henry. Come on in. All right, Patrick Henry, welcome back from isolation. Are you ready for your risk and reward round? Starts right now. Created by the Sumerians approximately 5,500 years ago, what type of writing uses symbols formed from wedge-shaped strokes to represent words? That would be Brennan.
Hieroglyphics.
Incorrect. Cuneiform is what we needed there. In what early English epic would you encounter the character Hrothgar? That would be Brennan.
Beowulf.
Beowulf is correct. Give the comparative and superlative versions of the word good. Brennan.
Better and best.
Correct. What Greek philosopher carried a lantern in daylight and when he asked what he was looking for said, quote, "I am just looking for an honest man," end quote. In time? Go ahead and answer, Brennan.
Smith.
Incorrect. Diogenes is what we were looking for there. What was Muhammad Ali's given name? That will be Brennan.
Cassius Clay.
Cassius Clay is correct. What is the most abundant protein in the human body? That will be Brennan.
Fats.
Incorrect. Collagen is what we needed there. What early community activist founded Hull House, a settlement house for immigrants in Chicago? Brennan.
Smith.
Incorrect. Jane Addams is what we were looking for there. Name the 1930s child star who one day became U.S. ambassador to Ghana. That would be Brennan.
Smith.
No. Shirley Temple is what we were looking for there. What is required to override a presidential veto? That would be Brennan.
2/3 majority.
We cannot accept that 2/3, no, it's actually Smith. I'm kidding, no. 2/3 vote of each House of Congress, both the Senate and the House. Risk and reward time. Our topic is New York City. You can risk up to 30 points, 5-point increments on New York City, or you can pass. Patrick Henry, what are you thinking?
20 points.
They're going to do 20 points on New York City. Here we go. New York City is divided into 5 boroughs: Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, and what? Time. Staten Island is what we needed there. That's negative 20 points for you. Patrick Henry, that is the end of the risk and reward round for you. It is now time to clear our scores. Let's bring back in Seneca East. Come on in. All right, let's see where we stand with our teams. Seneca East has how many points? 50 points. Patrick Henry has how many points? We're tied, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Patrick Henry, Seneca East both tied at 50 points apiece, but I have a feeling it's not going to stay that way because coming up next is our category round where things can happen really, really fast. Stay tuned. Welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. We are tied. Patrick Henry, 50 points. Seneca East, 50 points. Now, before we get to our next round, I see a returning face and a new face. Patrick Henry, who has joined your team?
To my right is Hannah Milliken. She's a junior.
All right, welcome to you. And Seneca East, who's back?
On my left again is Blair Beagle.
All right, welcome back to Blair. Welcome to our new and returning players. This is the category round. That's right, the power shifts a little bit now to you, our individual team players. There are 5 categories in this round with questions worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points. But I must warn you, red alert, that's right, red alert, deductions start now. So if you go for 15 points, you're also risking 15 points. You may confer before buzzing in, and you can also steal a question in this round. I will note that there is one double or nothing question in there. It is worth double the points with 0 risk. It could be a game changer, or it may put someone way up in front. You never know. All right, now we are tied, so we had a coin toss in between the round, and Seneca East won that coin toss, so that means that you get to make the first selection.
Let's do electricity for 20.
Electricity for 20 points. The electric charge that gathers on an object. Patrick Henry, Brennan.
Static electricity.
Static electricity is what we're looking for. Patrick Henry takes the lead and control.
Civil War for 15.
Civil War for 15 points. Who was the leading general for the North at the end of the war? That would be Seneca East. Blair.
Ulysses S. Grant.
Ulysses S. Grant is correct. Seneca East takes back control.
Electricity 25.
Electricity now for 25 points. The process by which an electric current passes through a material. Seneca East, Blair.
Conduction.
Conduction is correct. Seneca East keeps control.
Electricity 30.
Electricity now for 30 points. Hans Ørsted noticed the current in a wire disturbing the needle of a compass, accidentally discovering this? That would be Seneca East. Rayner.
Electromagnetism.
Electromagnetism is correct. Seneca East putting on the gas, in control.
Electricity 15.
Electricity now for 15 points. The process of directing a charge to flow into the earth. Seneca East. Rayner.
Grounding.
Grounding is correct. Seneca East in control.
Electricity 10.
Electricity for 10 points. The movement of an electric charge. Seneca East. Rayner.
Current.
Current is correct. That finishes off that category. Seneca East in control.
Movie trivia 10.
Movie trivia for 10 points. What movie is the following quote from? Do or do not. There is no try. Seneca East. Rayner.
Star Wars.
More specific, please.
I'm not sure.
Patrick Henry. Chance to steal. Hannah.
Star Wars: A New Hope.
Incorrect. Empire Strikes Back. Quote by Yoda. All right, Seneca East still in control.
Civil War 10.
Civil War for 10 points. Who was the president of the United States during the Civil? That would be Patrick Henry. Brennan.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln is correct. Patrick Henry in control.
Silent K for 10.
Silent K for 10 points. Identify each of the following words or phrases that contain a silent K when pronounced. Any of the joints between the phalanges of the fingers. That would be Patrick Henry. Brennan.
Knuckles.
Knuckles is correct. Patrick Henry on the move.
Silent K for 15.
Silent K for 15 points. Hyphenated word synonymous with tchotchke or trinket on a display shelf. That would be Seneca East. Gavin.
Knick-knack.
Knick-knack is what we were looking for, and you got it. Seneca East in control.
Silent K 20.
Silent K for 20 points. A case of canvas or leather for carrying items on the back. That would be Patrick Henry. Brennan.
Knapsack.
Knapsack, yes. Patrick Henry in control.
Movie trivia for 15.
Movie trivia for 15 points. In the beginning of Marvel's Avengers Infinity War, which of the 6 Infinity Stones does Thanos already possess? That would be Seneca East. Blair.
Soul.
Incorrect. Patrick Henry, chance to steal. That would be Brennan.
Time.
Incorrect. The Power Stone is what he had. Let's see. Patrick Henry in control.
Silent K for 25.
Silent K for 25. A small rounded hill or eminence. Patrick Henry. Hannah.
Knoll.
Knoll, yes, that's what we're looking for, and you got it. Patrick Henry still in control.
Silent K for 30.
Silent K now for 30 points. To ring a bell slowly, especially for a funeral. Time. Knell is what we were looking for there. Patrick Henry still in control.
Biology 15.
Biology for 15 begins with S. These microscopic pores in a leaf allow oxygen to enter and carbon dioxide to exit. Stomata is what we were looking for there. Patrick Henry still in control.
Entrepreneurs for 10.
Entrepreneurs now for 10 points. Identify each of the following entrepreneurs based on the given description. The first letter of each person's last name is provided. Self-made billionaire whose wealth is accumulated mainly through Amazon.com. That would be Seneca East. Blair.
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos is correct. Seneca East takes back control.
Civil War 20.
Civil War for 20 points. This is the double or nothing question. Again, this question is open to all buzzers. Which state was the first to secede in the, that would be Seneca East. Blair.
Virginia.
Incorrect. Patrick Henry has a chance to steal. That would be Brennan.
Tennessee.
Incorrect. South Carolina. No deduction there, though, anybody. No deductions there. Seneca East still in control.
Civil War 25.
Civil War for 25 points. What general? That's the end of the round. Let's take a look at our score. We have a very, very close competition indeed still. Patrick Henry, 110 points. Currently in the lead, though, is Seneca East with 145 points, but it's not over yet. One more round to go. It's our brainstorm round where questions are worth 20 points apiece. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. We promised you a brain battle beyond belief, and you've got it. Patrick Henry, 110 points. Seneca East, 145 points. Still very much anybody's game. Before we get to the next round, though, we have a new face here on Patrick Henry, who has joined the team for this final round.
Madison Laguerre, and she's a junior.
All right, welcome to you, Seneca East. Staying with your lineup from last round? All right, welcome back to our returning players. This is it. Brainstorm round. In this round, all questions are worth 20 points apiece. Negative 20 points for an incorrect answer. You may confer before buzzing in. Conferring afterwards will deduct 20 points. No stealing. That's the big thing in this round. No stealing in this round. We move immediately to the next question. Seneca East, Patrick Henry, are you ready? Brainstorm round starts right now. In the history of the United States, 2 vice presidents have resigned. Which one resigned in 1973? Time. Spiro T. Agnew. Puff, Falkor, Sapphira, and Smog all represent what type of creature in literature and legend? There be dragons here. Dragons. Among the Earth's natural forces, this one is measured by the man-made Beaufort scale. Identify this phenomenon. Time. That would be wind speed. When 2 particles collide, what is the name for the amount of energy they must possess in order for a chemical reaction to occur? That would be Seneca East. Rayner.
Enthalpy.
Incorrect. Activation energy is what we needed there. With which global conflict would one associate the transfer of prisoners that became known as the Bataan Death March? Seneca East, Blair.
World War II.
World War II is correct. On what island can Denmark's capital be found? Sjælland is what we were looking for there. Born in Mecca, the site of the annual pilgrimage for his followers, which prophet and merchant founded that would be Patrick Henry Madison?
Muhammad.
Muhammad is correct. The sum of 2 numbers is 24. If one number is twice that would be Patrick Henry Madison.
12.
Incorrect. What are the 2 numbers? 8 and 16 is what we were looking for there. Another math problem. Find the product of 14, -5, and -2. Patrick Henry, Brennan.
180.
Incorrect. 140 is what we needed there. Another math question. What type of lines in a plane can be described as coplanar, non-intersecting lines? Patrick Henry Madison.
Parallel.
Parallel lines is correct. In the statement, quote, Freddie's behavior is non-stop, much like the bouncing steel ball in a pinball machine. That would be Patrick Henry Madison.
Simile.
That is indeed a simile. Which U.S. constitutional amendment was prompted by the Electoral College tie between Thomas Jefferson and Aaron Burr in the election of 1800? Patrick Henry, Brennan.
11th.
Incorrect. It is the 12th. That is the end of the round. Let's take a look at our score. Patrick Henry, 110 points. Seneca East, 145 points is our winner. Let's give both these teams a big round of applause. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, let's come out, meet in the middle, shake hands. We'll see you at the next BGSU Brain Game.